This. Fist of fun. Fist. Fun. Fist of fun. Fist of fun.
It's Fist of Fun, and please welcome your hosts.
I'm Stuart Lee. I'm Stuart Lee. There's loads of plates in here. Plates. You know, where's Rich? On a shelf or something. I'm Stuart Lee. And I'm called Richard Herring. Hey! And this is Fist of Fun.
Fist of fun.
29 minutes and 15 seconds of impractical suggestions of ways to fill up those long, empty hours between your birth and your inevitable death. What's the matter?
It's you, isn't it? Stuart Lee, off of the telly. I saw you on the telly last Tuesday.
Rich, you've seen me in your house every day for the last 9 years.
You weren't on the telly then, though, were you? Hello, I'm Stuart Lee. That's your camera. You've confused a thing with another thing. That's what you say, isn't it? You sign your name on my arm. It's not for me, it's my nephew.
You're on the telly now, aren't you?
Ah, you recognise me. I'm famous. Did you see our photo in last week's Radio Times? There it is. My mum held it up. She's a teacher. She held it up in her class at Blackford Middle School in Somerset, and the children were all very impressed.
Yes, Rich, but those children were from Somerset, weren't they? Wouldn't have seen a photograph before. They'd have been impressed if your mother had held up any brightly coloured object in front of them. Especially if she'd moved it slowly from side to side, as if it were a flying spectre.
Very funny, Stu. The days when people of Somerset believed that cameras were magicians that could capture their souls on a piece of paper are long gone now. Apart from in Shipham, where they...
Doesn't matter, though, because there's nothing to photograph there, is there, anyway?
Well, there's the War Memorial.
That's nice, isn't it,
yeah.
War Memorial? Yeah.
Hey, Pete, all right? You done anything interesting this week?
Oh, yeah, I found a new stain on my wall. Looks like sort of space, but with some, like, hair.
Fist of Fun.
How much shot can you take?
You know, even top TV celebrities need hobbies to fill up their spare time. Like Bill Oddie here, star of The Goodies. He is a keen bird watcher. There he is. Bill likes nothing more than hiding in bushes in the countryside and spying with binoculars on tiny birds who have no idea that their every movement is being watched, noted down and secretly enjoyed.
When the birds go out, Bill likes to go in and leave them anonymous, threatening messages and obscene drawings of them that he has done himself. Then he quickly hides again and eagerly waits excitedly for the moment when the birds will come back and he can look at their confused bird faces.
Very flustered by it all, doesn't he?
Very hot under the collar. But you don't have to travel out into the countryside and be a perverted ex-member of the Goodies to enjoy looking at wildlife.
The barren concrete city. Against all odds, home to an unlikely cavalcade of wild creatures. The urban fox, the urban badger, the urban hedgehog, and the urban man. Ever since our cities started expanding into the countryside, the phenomena of urban man has been with us. These unusual creatures eke out an existence in our barren concrete jungle, living on what we humans discard. The earliest recorded reference to urban man comes from the village of Hoxton in Suffolk in 1642, in the journal of Dr. Jemmy Smith.
The natural man appeared in the winter of that year. He walked naked upon God's earth, with nae hose nor jerkin, nor hat upon his strange head. And yet he hath a pouch of skin or fur, in which his codlings do conceal themselves outside the mating season.
Urban man is adaptive and can live anywhere from outhouses to sewers. Our man is lucky to have a cosy den beneath the foundations of this suburban house. To urban man, a deserted garden is a fabulous adventure playground.
love having them in the garden. They're very shy. They come right up to the glass, though. They're cleaner than a lot of people we know, too. Sometimes I put out a saucer of milk or some lager and some crisps.
Oh, but they're very choosy, though. They won't drink Kestrel.
Look. Yeah, they come now, wanting for the supper. Look.
This one's a funny one with a funny little nose.
John, Paul, George and Ringo.
Oh, they're
John.
sweet.
Though seemingly carefree, urban man's life is full of hidden dangers. While to city dwellers the urban men may seem a charming reminder of the natural world, to the country population they are little more than a pest.
A lot of highly imaginative people, some neurotic, some just plain liars.
This week I've been unable to sleep because every time I close my eyes, I'm chased through a maze by giant rats with the faces of all the other comedians on TV. So, I've been out most nights driving round and round the Elephant and Castle roundabout in South London in my buff, metallic 1973 Hillman Avenger, shouting out of the open window, damn you to hell, Patrick Marber. And last week I got pulled over by the police and they just messed me around for about 2 hours. I don't know why that was at all.
I wonder what that could have all been about, Stu. It's terrible, isn't it?
Don't know, pigs
Pigs,
messing
oh,
you
yeah,
about.
that's terrible. Do you think it was something you said or did, maybe?
No, nothing, no.
Do you really? You think so?
Yeah.
I think it probably was something you said, Stu. And to prove it, I want to recreate exactly what happened that night.
Yeah.
Over here. Come with me.
Fun.
Right, see, here's this is the Elephant and Castle, Stu. I painted that myself.
It's my car there, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope you don't mind I brought it along. We need it for the reconstruction, right?
Oh, OK, yeah.
And all else we need for the reconstruction is, of course, the very police officer who stopped you that night. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome PC Andy Rothery? Give him a round of applause. OK, guys, what I want you to do is to recreate the exact conversation you really had. This is a genuine conversation, Stu. And if I think you've made some kind of mistake in your dealings with PC Rothery here, I'll ring on this buzzer. Like that, you see. Right. So if you get in the car, it's a bit like something Chris Evans would do, this, isn't it? It's good. Something from his ginger imagination. Imagine that. OK, so let's try the recreation now. Let's go.
Do you mind stepping out the car, please?
Yeah,
sir?
sure.
Is this your car, sir?
Yeah.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
No.
Do you take drugs at all, sir?
Yes, I do.
Now, can anybody here spot the mistake that Stuart Lee may have made in his dealings with the police there? What would you do if a policeman asked if you took drugs? What would you say?
No.
See, most people would say no. Would you? What do you think, officer?
I would have preferred that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do take drugs, don't I? You know, just the occasional puff on a funny cigarette, admittedly, Mum. But, you know, I'm in my mid-20s, right? You know, I'm driving a rubbish car, I've got an earring and funny hair, and I work in TV. Of course I take drugs, don't I, you know? You don't need a certificate from the Hendon Police Training College to work that out, do you?
The point is, Stu, you shouldn't be honest with the police. Right. It confuses them, OK? Anyway, carry on.
So you take drugs then, sir?
Yeah, I do, but I haven't got any on me tonight, so there's no point searching me.
Right now, what? What do you think's going to happen if you tell a policeman you do take drugs, but he doesn't need to bother searching you tonight for some reason? Come on.
Is it...
Think, Lee, think!
Is it, it's that I'd let you go.
What is it, what?
It's because that I would let you go.
Right, okay. Let you go. Is it that he'd let me go?
He's going to have to search you now, isn't he? Obviously, you idiot. Sorry, carry on. Carry on.
Are we some kind of comedian, sir?
Yes, I am. That's very astute of you, officer. I'm a stand-up comedian. That's the kind of comedian that I am.
Now you're being sarcastic to a policeman.
I just answered the...
You said it in a sarcastic way. There's nothing that the police hate more than sarcasm. Not even crime. Rodney King was sarcastic to the police. Do you know what happened to him?
He wasn't.
He was. He went, "You never get me." He did.
You don't see that on the video, do you?
You don't see it on the video, but it's there.
So what you're saying, right, is that, you know, I shouldn't be honest to the police, yeah?
Yeah, well, listen, Sunbeam, we don't expect it and we don't like it.
Right.
Well, thanks very much, PC Rothery, for coming on and making Stu look like the idiot he really is.
It's an absolute pleasure. Could I just make an important announcement, please?
Sure.
If there are any children watching tonight, if anyone is to come up to you in the street and offer you drugs, just say no. And come and get them off me down at the station. I've got some really good ones. Just ask for Andy.
Mr. Fun. It makes me mad with power.
My wife's just bought one of those new dishwasher machines. You just pop your dirty plates in, and then you set it running, and very soon your dirty plates are clean. And that's a bit like Jesus, isn't it?
Thank you. Next vicar, please.
I am reminded of the words of St. Simon the Appellate.
Thank you. We'll let you know. Thank you.
People often say to me, Father, God does not exist. But I say unto them, ah, no, but he does.
Thank you.
He really does exist, you see. He is as real as the day.
Thank you. Leave now, please.
He's very good. He is...
No, thank you. Hold. Thank you.
When we witness a tragedy, such as has occurred in Shrewsbury this weekend, we as Christians look unto the heavens and cry, how could you let this happen, O God? I thought you loved us and created us to do your work.
I think we've found our vicar.
That we can become closer to our God. Today has been a good day.
Fist of Fun.
Destroying minds.
This.
Well, there's been a lot of fun and laughter up to now, hasn't there? But there comes a time for the laughter to end and the misery and pain to begin. So will you please welcome the Welsh misfit and top lifestyle expert, Peter.
Oh, hello there. I'm Peter again. And I'm back with more exciting lifestyle ideas for the young, single, 31-year-old stinking Balham virgin who likes the James Whale show. I'd like to start with a recipe, and this is like a nice, easy one for after, say, a hard day sort of lying on your side with the curtains closed, looking at the back of an empty record sleeve that you found in a hedge. And you're too tired to do anything complicated like toast. Well, what you do with this is you get a bag of Twiglets and open them. Little hint here, try to have your nose really close up to the bag when you do this, because they always give off a nice sort of burp. Don't try that with dry roast peanuts, mind. You'll be sick. Anyway, what you do is get a Twiglet out of the bag, bite each end off it, then get a glass of milk and use the Twiglet like a straw to suck milk out of the glass. Then eat the Twiglet. That recipe's called milk sucked through Twiglets, which you then eat. Right. Do you have trouble getting out of bed first thing in the afternoon? Drink a bottle of Tabasco sauce. Now, this brings me to my main bit, because, of course, the most important reason for being awake during the day is so you can do your job, isn't it? Why not make an office for yourself to work in? This is an old broken child's typewriter here. You can get these from the Cancer Research Shop in Balham High Road last July. What you do is stick a bit of string to the back of the typewriter and push the other end in the back of the telly. Put it to CFAX. Word processor. Unfortunately, you can only really type stuff like Scottish Weather View or Middle East Flight Bargains. However, if you want to print stuff up, what I usually do is get a bit of paper and copy the words off the screen. Then I push it in this sort of toilet paper dispenser thing here. Press print. Scottish Weather View. Right, I'd like to finish with a delicious alcohol recipe, and this is for a special occasion, such as you've been outside. It's called Budget Beer Punch. For this, you need some beer and the plastic bowl from next to the toilet. Take out the old razor, the bit of dental floss and the lump of hard, scrunched-up tissue. Pour the beer in the bowl and drink it. You can actually add extra fruitiness to that by holding a bar of lemon zest soap in your hand and smelling it while you drink the beer. Or putting some strawberry lip balm on your lips.
And thanks for all the amusing and strange and odd things and items that you've sent in.
So please come with us as we pay this week's visit to the gallery.
This is a picture of Queen guitarist Brian May, and it's made entirely out of sweets. What do you think Brian May's thinking about there, Rich?
I think he's thinking about what Anita Dobson's going to make him for his tea tonight.
Could be.
It's Bill Oddie there, the bird fancier. This is a leaflet for Barometer World, which is a tourist attraction you might like to visit. It's in Merton, in the West Country, unsurprisingly. And it says here, normally 1 or 2 cars can be parked in front of the showroom entrance. So don't all rush at once, then.
And Emma sent us this dirt-covered, scratched photo, which she found on the floor in Wales. And if this is yours, write in and we'll send it back to you.
You're like the modern-day bagpuss, you are.
I am, yeah. I like their little Welsh hats they've got there, though.
I dislike those, actually. And this is David Attenborough from Off of the Telly. And look, he's standing beneath a Timothy Spall tree. That's growing Timothy Spall's face.
Which continent do you think that tree would grow in, Rich?
I think that would grow in the continent we call imagination.
Do keep sending your stuff in, though, as well as all the religious, mad and threatening stuff you send in unsolicited all the time. And the best and worst of those will be displayed here in the gallery.
And everyone who gets their thing showed will be the proud owner of an I Like Fist of Fun badge.
It's fun! You've got so many Easter eggs this year, Rich, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's great. I just told the woman who works on the show we need them for an important joke. And look, hoopla hooray, here they are. It's great, isn't it? You know, some people say chocolate's a substitute for sex, Stu. I disagree. For me, sex is just a way to take my mind off chocolate. For a couple of seconds, you know, and then back into it again. But, you know, it's important to remember, you know, Easter isn't just a time for eating far too much chocolate, Stu. It is mainly that. But it's also a time to celebrate the sacrifice of Jesus, which is why it would be selfish of me to eat all these Easter eggs myself. And that is why I'm going to give this one here to someone who maybe deserves it a bit more. Maybe they're a bit sad, lonely. They don't have any friends of their own, you know, to give them an Easter egg. What do you think, Pete? Would that be a good idea?
Yeah, has he got buttons?
Yeah, they're your favourite, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, thank you very much.
That's why I'm going to give it to this old lady in the audience over here. Here we go. There you are, that's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Even though it's mine, I want you to have it, all right?
Oh, thank you.
So you don't have to get me one back. You can have it. It's yours, all right?
Oh, it's not nice.
Do you see, Stu? Do you see how good I am?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So what about you? Have you got any Easter gifts for the disadvantaged in our audience tonight, Stu?
No.
That is because you are a selfish, unchristian curmudgeon, Stu. When I needed a neighbour, were you there? Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
I was hungry and thirsty, Stu. Were you there? Were you there?
No.
I was cold. I was naked. Were you there? Were you there?
On that occasion, I was there, yes, Rich, honestly. You know, I did apologise to you at the time. You said you'd forget about it, let the matter drop. You know, just leave it.
It's left a deep psychological scar, Stu. It was very cold that night.
I know, I was there, all right? I know. I just leave it now. Just forget about it.
I was naked,
I know
Stu.
you were, I know.
Bare-ass ass naked.
I know.
You could see my monkey ass and everything.
I know you could, right? But, you know, you're no better than me.
I am.
You aren't,
I
right?
am.
You only gave that egg to that old woman in the safe knowledge that you'd be rewarded tenfold at a later date. That's what you think.
No.
It is. It is. The whole idea of Christian charity is a hypocrisy of the first water, as my special Easter week parable will now demonstrate.
Stuart Lee's special parable. Once there was a charitable and holy man. He lived in a fine house, but his door was always open to the poor, and he considered himself a good Christian. One day...
What can this be?
Dear friend, I have been observing your goodness for some time, and tonight, as a reward, I will come and visit you. Be ready for me, and you, in turn, will be welcome in my Father's house on high. Yours sincerely, Jesus of Nazareth.
Hallelujah! How blessed am I!
The man laid out his finest linen, prepared a sumptuous feast, and made up a bed in the spare room. At 7 o'clock exactly, there came a knock at the door.
Ah, that'll be Jesus!
Help me! I'm an old bent woman, old and bent, and I need a place to rest my old bent body.
Look, normally I'd welcome in even the oldest and bentest bent old woman. But tonight I'm expecting a very important guest. I'm sorry. Ah, the Holy Lamb at last. Oh, hello, G.
Sorry to trouble you. I'm a small, bald man, and my hairless head offers little protection against the freezing night.
I'm sorry. Normally you'd be welcome into my house, and I'd offer you milk and a choice from my excellent selection of wigs. Ooh. But tonight I'm expecting a very special guest, and sheer practicality dictates that numbers must be limited.
And he shut the door in the bald man's shivering face.
Hello, I'm a menstruating woman. I'm shunned from my village due to religious laws. Could I...
Hello, I am the elephant man.
Surely this must be the enchanted saviour prince.
Hello, I'm Annabelle Giles from Television's Riders.
And hit the road.
Shh. And these are some of my unfortunate friends. We're cold and hungry. Will you please let us in?
I'm sorry, Annabelle, but tonight I'm expecting a visitor of splendour, and I cannot allow you to enter.
And with that, Annabelle Giles led her world-weary companions off into the wintry night.
Jesus!
Yes.
What happened? I was worried about you, Jesus. I went to all this trouble for you and you never came.
Ah, but I did come.
Well, you didn't. I'm telling you, I was in all night.
Ah, but I did. You did not recognize me when I called. Remember the old bent woman? That was me. Ah.
What?
And the bald man? That was me also.
What, and even Annabelle Giles?
No, that was actually Annabelle Giles. Help me. Annabelle does a lot of work for the disenfranchised.
What was the point of all that?
Do you not see?
Well, no, I don't see, actually. I mean, all I can see is that, for some reason, you've deliberately wasted an evening of my time.
Oh, poor fool. Have you learned nothing?
Well, yeah, I've learned something. I've learned that, you know, you think it's funny to dress up as sick, ill people and mess other people about. No, what do you mean, No, not No, you're obviously trying to make me look like some kind of hypocrite. No, not Shut up with your But the fact is, right, I do, as you know, I do a lot of work for the poor. Yeah, right? So why don't you just go and pick on someone who doesn't do any at all? Not right? You know, I went to all this trouble here for you because you said you were coming round, not in disguise. You. No, not right? And all this food that I did, right, that's all wasted now. It's got, like, maggots in it and stuff. You know, and I could have given that to the poor or something. Not
Yes, but do you see?
No, do you see? You, Jesus, eh? Speak up, Jesus, I didn't hear you.
Yes, I said yes.
And so Jesus went on his way.
Don't come back!
Slightly ashamed, but secretly pleased with his night's mischief and planning what holy trick he would be playing on some unsuspecting Christian who was trying hard to live a good life. Blessed be the Lord. Amen.
Bit of a personal view of that parable. That bloke looked a bit like you in it, I thought.
Yeah, it was. It was funny, though, wasn't it?
Well, I wonder if you'll be laughing so hard when you're burning in the fiery lakes of hell with devils pouring napalm on your nose.
Well, I won't be laughing so hard, Rich, but I will still be laughing a bit.
You'll see an amazing succession of staggering scenes.
Well, that's just about the end of this week's show. Have you enjoyed being on the old Idiot's Lantern again this week, Stu?
Well, not really, no, Rich. I mean, showbiz and TV may look very glamorous to ignorant outsiders, but the fact is that being a stand-up comedian is the loneliest job in the world.
No, it isn't. What about a lighthouse keeper or Terry Waite when he was working as a hostage in Beirut?
No, that's not as lonely as this. Being a comedian is as lonely as a cloud.
Right. I think, Stu, what you've done there is you've confused being on your own, right, alone, with being with hundreds of other people all hanging on your every word, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
The loneliest job in the world was believed to have been this one. John Tracy, who Mr. Tracy sent into outer space to monitor all Earth's broadcasts, because that couldn't be done from Earth, obviously, for some reason. But in fact, the loneliest job belonged to John's deformed brother, Ian Tracy, who the family kept hidden from the world in a locked cupboard under the stairs, or Thunderbird 11, as Ian was told it was called.
You see, Stu, Ian Tracy. That's the loneliest job in the world, not a comedian.
Right.
But comedy's great for meeting people, especially girls, because comedy, Stu, is a bitch magnet.
The polarity of your bitch magnet appears to have been reversed, doesn't it, Rich? Perhaps it was dropped or left in a strong electromagnetic field. Or maybe some little kid put it in the science lab without its protective cover on it and it got horrible... got sort of horrible iron filings all over it. Now no one wants to touch it. It's got all, like, stuff coming off it.
Yeah, all right. You got any advice about meeting girls, Pete?
What are they like with the eyes on their chests? No, I haven't.
Right, well, that just about wraps it up for this week's show.
Excuse me, Richard. I know you didn't want anything in return, but I was so taken with your charity earlier that I went out and got this Easter egg for you.
Oh, wow, thanks, look. I've been rewarded tenfold, just like I want... I mean, even though that wasn't why I did it or anything, it was just...
But, Stu, you get nothing. When I didn't have an Easter egg, were you there? Were you there? No, you weren't there.
No, I wasn't.
Richard was there for me. And he will be welcome in my father's home on high.
What, is your dad still alive? He must be ancient by now. It's you, isn't it?
Ah.
Stu, it's Jesus.
Jesus.
He's come in disguise
Get
to
off
test
you.
us.
He's not.
It's Jesus.
Get in your...
Stu, you're in trouble. Apologise for that thing you did about him. You'll get in trouble. He'll get you, Stu.
Get back in your crate till next week.
Well, all right.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.